5 starts now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Justin Betty. Wolves across Wisconsin will soon be in hunters' crosshairs again after the quota for the upcoming November wolf hunt was set yesterday. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson has details.
February 2021 was a landmark time for Wisconsin hunters. It held the first statewide wolf hunt since 2014. During a Wednesday meeting, the Natural Resources Board decided on a quota of 300 wolves for the fall hunt. This disappointed wildlife biologist Adrian Whiteven.
That's just not a sustainable harvest of a Wisconsin wolf population, especially after the extremely aggressive harvest that occurred last winter.
Whiteven noted that the last wolf count was just over 1,000 wolves in 2020 and occurred before the hunt in February. That number dropped by at least 218 during the February hunt. Other groups like the Wisconsin Conservation Congress supported the board's proposition and even said the quota should be higher. The chair, Tony Blattler, also addressed the tribal nation, who is entitled to up to half of the quota.
And we respect their position not to harvest wolves. However, it is also the right of the Wisconsin hunters and trappers to legally harvest wolves to help manage the growing population.
Blattler asked for a quota of 600 at the meeting. Meanwhile, Hunter Nation President Luke Hilgeman also asked for a higher quota of around 800. The Natural Resources Board approved a quota of 300 wolves for the November hunt, while groups like Hunter Nation and the Wisconsin Conservation Congress are in support of the hunt. Adrian Whiteven and other conservationists worry what will come.
I think it was very unfortunate that the Natural Resource Board selected extremely high quota that we think is going to risk pushing the population to very low levels, as I said earlier, and that we haven't seen since the early 2000s.
Reporting for Newswatch 12, I'm Morgan Johnson.
Outside, Jeff, we haven't said this in a while, but a cool, crisp night ahead.
Yeah, this could be a postcard outside right now, but tonight, low temperatures back in the 40s, mid-40s probably out there this evening, and tomorrow night as well. Temperatures out there now are comfortable. We're back in the 70s in Rhinelander, Leona, 82 currently in Wausau, downtown, but overall basically 70s today, and way less humid, as you know. As the storms now have been pushed across portions of Illinois, they're going to stay there and drift south. For us, though, we are looking forward to this, and this is nothing. All weekend long, lots of sunshine with temperatures in the 70s to low 80s. Our forecast tonight, though, is mostly clear skies and a bit cool with lows in the 40s. Your full forecast is coming up, Justin.
Thank you, Jeff. A 44-year-old Medford man was arrested yesterday after a police chase from Marshfield into Clark County. Police say they tried to stop the man who had warrants for failing to register as a sex offender, reckless endangerment, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Police say they used spike strips, which caused the man to crash his vehicle into a ditch. He then led police on a short foot chase before being arrested. Police say no one was injured. The man now faces additional charges of fleeing an officer and possession of meth with intent to deliver. An Eagle River man was arrested this morning facing charges of receiving and possessing child pornography. According to the indictment, 29-year-old Ryan Shelton received a live stream video of a minor engaged in explicit conduct, also possessed video or pictures of minors engaged in explicit conduct. Shelton was arrested this morning at his home. He appeared in U.S. District Court in Madison this afternoon. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison on either charge. The 7-day average number of new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin technically fell a little today. The State Department of Health Services reports 1,460 new cases. That drops her 7-day average by about a dozen to 1,104. Death numbers have only trended up slightly, however. Today, DHS reports 4 new deaths. We're averaging about 2 per day over the last week. Though statewide, the number of people hospitalized with COVID-19 has more than doubled just in the last 2 weeks, from under 200 to now just over 400. And again, nearly all the recent serious cases of COVID-19 have been among people who are not vaccinated. Right now, DHS reports 53% of all people in the state have now received at least 1 dose of vaccine, including about 64% of adults. Of course, kids under age 12 are still not eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine, but that could be changing soon. American Family Hospital in Madison is home to one of the newest Moderna vaccine studies in the country for children. Newswatch 12's Georgina Fernandez reports.
COVID-19 is still
a disease of kids.
Since the start of the pandemic, 4 million children have been diagnosed in the U.S. with COVID-19, 96,000 just within the last week. As the Delta variant continues to sweep through communities, being more aggressive and contagious than earlier variants. And for children under 12 years old, they're lacking a key component in the fight against the virus, a vaccine.
Even more important, especially with this Delta variant and variants that are sure to follow, to make sure that we have a protective system in place for them.
Now the American Children's Family Hospital in Madison is joining the Kids COVE study, a phase 3 clinical trial, and testing the Moderna vaccine in children between 6 months old and 11.
To really establish the safety and the efficacy of the Moderna vaccine in this age group, so that as kids are going back to school, as they go back to youth sports, to theater, whatever that they want to do.
Test groups will be broken up in 3 age groups. The study would consist of a 14-month trial where children will receive 2 injections of the Moderna vaccine. Over the trial period, parents and children will be observed to see if they have any strange side effects.
I want to make sure that when we put this COVID-19 vaccine into their arm, that it's absolutely the safest and most effective means to keep them safe from COVID-19.
Hartman recommends that parents continue to mask their children and practice basic hygiene methods to prevent contracting and spreading the virus. In the Northwoods, Georgina Fernandez, News Watch 12.
Governor Tony Evers joined state health leaders today to address the recent uptick in COVID-19 cases across Wisconsin. Deputy Secretary Julie Williams-Van Dyke said COVID is spreading about 10 times faster than it was at the beginning of July, and says Florida's recent spike is a warning of what Wisconsin could see in coming weeks if nothing changes.
What we're seeing happen in Florida could happen here. Wisconsin has a similar vaccination rate to Florida, and COVID-19 cases are reaching an all-time high in Florida, and their healthcare systems are overwhelmed.
Now, while kids still have very low rates of serious COVID-19 cases compared to adults, they have seen an out-of-season spike in other respiratory illnesses, and some health officials believe unmasked classrooms would only make matters worse.
So the big concern is that as infections of COVID-19 increase across the board, that could very well translate to higher numbers of children being hospitalized on top of this already interesting and unusual surge in non-COVID respiratory infections.
The CDC, state and county health officials almost all recommend a no exceptions approach to masking in classrooms. Most schools are still deciding what types of precautions they will take to begin the school year. Some baseball history was made last night by a Brewer at Wrigley Field. Milwaukee righty Corbin Burns struck out 10 batters in a row. That ties him with Mets great Tom Seaver and Phillies ace Aaron Nola for the most consecutive Ks ever in Major League Baseball. Burns went on to strike out 15 over 8 innings in a Brewers win. The Brewers, by the way, are finishing up a blowout victory again today against the Cubs. We'll have highlights tonight at 10. Summer internships can be helpful for young professionals, get their foot in the door. But one that came through St. Germain today is a little different than most. Nate Myhawk explains.
Summer internships can be a great opportunity for work experience, to network, to get your foot in the door. But this summer internship, well, it might just top them all.
You look at other state golf associations, nobody's doing this.
Patrick Koenig isn't your typical summer intern.
I got about 15 people that sent me the application, like, dude, you are perfect for this. This is what you do. And I was like, well, it's actually, I don't think anybody on this planet is more qualified to do this internship than myself.
It's hard to argue when Patrick has made golf his life.
I'm a professional golf photographer by trade, and so I'm going out here and giving these courses professional photography where otherwise they wouldn't think to, drop down the coin.
With his drone and his camera at hand, Koenig is highlighting the best of the Badger State by playing 50 courses in 50 days.
I've long said that Wisconsin is the greatest spot in the country for public golf. Part of it is to give these courses some exposure and to give Wisconsin golf, public golf, the attention that it deserves.
While his resume speaks for itself, Patrick still stood out with his application.
I put down like important things, like I was published in Golf Digest, but then I also put down there, I once rolled a watermelon 322 yards down a fairway in Mexico. I put some stats down on my high kicks. I mean, I can kick pretty high. And then references, I listed my ex-wife. She can certainly testify to how much I love golf.
Although she could not be reached for comment,
there it is.
It's clear that this is Patrick's dream job.
I'm playing golf, and there's a paycheck at the end of the day for doing stuff that I love to do.
In St. Germain, Nate Myhawk, Newswatch 12.
Not a bad gig. Golf is a popular summer pastime in the Northwoods, so is biking. We'll show you how one new Northwoods business is hoping to get more people out on bike trails in just a few minutes. But first, Jeff's in with your full forecast. That's next on Newswatch 12 at 5.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's multi-million-dollar clearance event is on now. Save up to 90% off hundreds of floor samples, scratch and dent items, special purchases, and overstocks while they last. Shop sofas, sectionals, beds, dining tables. Everything must go up to 90% off. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
At Calvers, we never tire of crafting fresh frozen custard right in our restaurants.
As soon as I'm like, who wants Culver's custard? The kids are already running out the door.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Here's your custard. Always rich and creamy, always sure to put a smile on your face.
It's more than just a special treat. It's creating memories with my children and family time.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
Family time is custard time. Welcome to Delicious.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
Whether you slip and fall or you're injured during the game, you can count on Bone and Joint Walk-In Care. Avoid crowded waiting areas and the high cost of emergency rooms. Instead, be seen promptly by an orthopedic provider at a fraction of the cost. Bone and Joint's skilled team can diagnose and treat sprains, strains, and fractures without an appointment. With 3 convenient locations, we'll help you get back to the things you enjoy.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's multi-million-dollar clearance event is on now. Save up to half off appliance clearance items while they last. Plus, no interest financing for 12 months on all appliances with no minimum purchase. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
All right, let's start here. Next week, the sun will set before 8 o'clock for the first time in a while. It will not set after 8 o'clock until April 27th of 2022. You ready for that? Today, though, lots of sunshine. The picture-perfect postcard right here in Rhinelander right now with some high cumulus clouds out there currently in Rhinelander, also over in Plover. Same story for the Mackinac Bridge area, too. It's a gorgeous day across the entire Great Lakes area. We earned it a bit breezy at times with a northwest wind around 20, gusting near 25 at a few airports across the area. But right now, we're at 76 in Rhinelander, a west wind at 15 sustained, gusting near 20. Look at the dew point, though, 53 yesterday. That was in the 70s, not so much anymore. This is much drier air. Over in Wausau, still 82 for you, with a west wind at 20, gusting near 25, and a dew point there near 56. Okay, so going forward, across the area, temperatures hanging out in the 70s today, but there are a couple 80s sprinkled in here from time to time, and they'll probably not be the case tomorrow, though, as we have a reinforcing shot of colder air coming in tonight. That will drop our nighttime lows in the 40s tonight and tomorrow night, with highs tomorrow struggling to get out of the low 70s. That's going to feel refreshing, right? 75 for Saturday, and then right back up into the 80s then, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, into Wednesday. Okay, so here's the big story. This is where the storms have gone across parts of Illinois, back over to Indiana, back into parts of Iowa. But those are drifting away from us. For us, clear skies all the way back into the Dakotas, back into Wyoming. This is our weekend and then some, and there's just nothing going on there as high pressure is built in. We are in good shape for several days around here. Not in good shape, though, is Cuba right now. Here's Tropical Storm Fred, expected to make a landfall somewhere near the Gulf of Mexico area later in the weekend. This will likely be making some national news. You'll be hearing a lot about Fred in the news next couple of days. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly clear skies and a bit cool. Low temperatures down near 45, 46, 47 with a calm wind after midnight. A couple of you could see some dense fog by tomorrow morning. For tomorrow, though, it's Friday and mostly sunny skies. But look at this high temperature, 72. That's not normal. However, we'll enjoy that, right? But the wind's going to gust tomorrow near 10 to 20, sustained, and then gust near 25 through the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows a fantastic weekend unfolding, and then some, Monday into Tuesday as well. Our next meaningful chance for rain, not until late Wednesday into Thursday of next week. Justin?
Thanks, Jeff. The Northwoods is home to hundreds of miles of bike trails, and one Vilas County resident has decided to use a technique more common in urban areas, big cities, to entice more people to bike around the area.
The goal for this is really to have bikes available for people when they want them. It's really targeted at walking traffic. It's targeted at people who are walking between a restaurant and a hotel or just want a couple of hours to explore the lakes around here.
The electric bike station is located across from Village Market and accommodates 10 electric bikes, which you could book with a few simple taps on an app. It costs $10 per half hour.
This is an experiment that Trek and B-Cycle brought forward. So what's happening now is that we're taking this idea of bike share in the urban sense where it's structured around transportation and trying it out in a recreational sense. And so the differences are going to be in the urban model, it's point A to point B, and in our model, it's point A back to point A.
The bikes will be ready for use on August 23rd. For more information, you can go to riversedgemw.com. We'll be right back.
Bremen Merrill Ford is your locally owned Ford dealer for over 30 years. Supplying top-rated customer satisfaction, they will make your next vehicle purchase or service easier than you think.
Board-certified podorthist on site, providing diabetic shoes, foot orthotics, ankle braces, and more to Central Wisconsin and the Northwoods. Call for an appointment today.
We don't use just any wipe. We use new Dawn disinfecting wipes. They're tough enough to cut through greasy messes,
yet gentle enough to clean the surfaces that matter most.
all while killing 99.9% of bacteria and viruses.
Get the grease-fighting power of Dawn in a disinfecting wipe.
I thought I was getting my floors clean, and then I learned my mop could be loaded with bacteria. So I got a Swiffer Wet Jet to get a cleaner clean. The spray breaks down dirt, and the pad absorbs it deep inside. Bye-bye.
Try Wet Jet with a money-back guarantee.
After 7 seasons, no more stakeouts, midnight calls when you've had a breakthrough in a case. They're back for one last ride. Jake, are you crying?
Yes. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the final season, premieres tonight on NBC.
Captain Benson means a lot to you.
We're partners for a lot of years.
You're safe. He's not getting away with this.
Time to make this right.
We keep fighting
Together.
Menards has everything you need to give your home an update. Check out our great selection of Shaw flooring. Add warmth with soft and luxurious carpet. Durable laminate flooring is easy to install. Waterproof vinyl plank is perfect for active lifestyles. Or, if tile is more your style, Mohawk's floor, wall, and mosaic tile adds timeless beauty to any room. Right now, all flooring is 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
beautiful home in Mass City, Michigan with 263 acres being sold to the highest bidder regardless of price. Sunday, August 15th. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Let's dive into Lake Minocqua for an evening showing of Creature from the Black Lagoon. August 14th at Torpy Park. Watch the movie from your boat or afloat in the water. Pre-show beach party starts at 5:30 p.m. For ticket and event information, visit letsminocqua.com/dive-in.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Every 4 years, the American Society of Civil Engineers releases grades on American infrastructure. In 2021, they gave the United States a C-. But a bipartisan group of lawmakers hopes to change that. Earlier this week, the Senate passed a more than $1 trillion infrastructure bill spread out over the next several years. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin voted for it, calling the bill a necessary investment.
If we want to lead the world in the 21st century with our economy, we have to have an infrastructure that's up to par to do so.
The bill also prioritizes safe drinking water, including $10 billion to clean up what we know as toxic forever chemicals, PFAS chemicals.
We want to know that our drinking water is healthy and clean. We want to know that the soils in the region are free of contaminants.
The bill also includes money for broadband expansion. However, it still needs to pass the House of Representatives, which is not a given. The House is expected to consider the bill on August 23rd. Scores of Afghans have fled their homes as Taliban insurgents have swept through the country in recent weeks, taking control of provincial capitals. Kelly Kobiea has the latest from Kabul.
Well, there's been another key strategic victory for the Taliban. Taliban fighters taking the city of Ghazni today. It's about 80 to 90 miles south of the capital, Kabul, and a key strategic city because it lies on a major highway which connects the capital, Kabul, with Kandahar in the south. In the meantime, thousands of people continue to flood into Kabul from outside villages and cities where the Taliban has taken control. Makeshift camps have popped up on the outskirts of the city and in the city center, and they continue to fill up with these people who tell harrowing stories of escape and of life under the Taliban. The UN is saying today that 1,000 civilians have been killed just in the past month of fighting. And as for peace negotiations in Doha, the State Department says they are going painfully slow. And today, the Pakistani Prime Minister said that the Taliban has told him they will not negotiate a peace as long as the current Afghan president, Ashraf Ghani, remains in power.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier, we fight for what's right.
It's Cellcom's Back to School sale, August 13th through the 22nd. Send the kids back to school in style with a free smartphone from Cellcom. Taxes due at sale. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/summer for details.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
These days, you still play with toys. They're just bigger, cooler, wilder. Win one of 6 wild rides from a UTV, an ATV, dirt bike, and much more. And a chance to win up to $1,000 cash. Your first chance to win is Saturday, August 14th. That's not all. You could win up to $200 cash every Friday and Saturday beginning at 10 a.m. So get entered today and put something wild in your toy box. Only at Oak Gaming Wittenberg.
HighPoint Sand and Gravel provides high-quality riprap, sand, and screened topsoil for almost any need. The high-quality rock and stone, boulders, and clear stone enhance the function and beauty of your home or business. Offering convenient delivery or pickup throughout northern Wisconsin and the UP, HighPoint Sand and Gravel provides premium landscaping materials, specializing in producing beautiful decorative stone for all types of landscaping projects. Contact HighPoint Sand and Gravel to help make your next project a dream come true.
For that great charbroiled pure beef burger and golden crispy fries, satisfy your hunger and cravings at Chip's Hamburgers, the taste you've grown to love for over 50 years.
Welcome to Land O'Lakes, serenity at the top of Wisconsin.
Stay with us at the Gateway Lodge in Land O'Lakes. Relax in our indoor pool, delicious dinners, and the coziest lounge in town. Come back to tradition at the historical Gateway Lodge.
The latest weather updates. Weather Watch 12. Weather from where you live. This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
A solo free climber scaled another London tower today after being imprisoned for doing the same thing a few months ago. George King Thompson climbed the 23-story Unex Tower today without ropes. He did the neighboring Stratosphere Tower yesterday. He admits it's extremely dangerous. He says he's doing it, he's climbing lots of buildings, to highlight awareness for climate change. I'm not sure of the correlation, but he's, there he is.
Pretty sure this is a guy looking for attention.
He's getting it.
He's getting it. All right, we're getting it too because the storms are gone, the temperatures are dropping, and the dew points are dropping as well.
Yeah.
Look at these 526 temperatures. We're hanging out in the 70s mostly, except for Eau Claire and Wausau, and Green Bay, and Iron Mountain. So a couple 80s out there right now. But overall, a very nice, pleasant day for us today. All right, so dew points are dropping in the 40s and 50s. This is very comfortable air. Open the windows tonight. It's going to be great sleeping weather. No threat for severe weather or storms. That's across portions of Illinois. We have a great looking weekend to look forward to with temperatures hanging out in the 70s to 80s now for pretty much as far as we can see.
A little brisk if you're sleeping outside
a little
tonight,
bit brisk
but
tonight,
the windows open tonight. Thanks for joining us on News Watch 12 at 5. NBC Nightly News is next.